Hello, it's Sunday. All right. So, um, I've been thinking about what I said last night, and I don't take any of it back. I just was thinking about it in a different way. My disability is kind of like a superpower because it gives me the ability to see bullshit, clearly. So, um, yeah, okay. Also, I watched In Her Shoes, the movie it made in 2000 with Cameron Diaz, Tony Collette, and Shirley MacLaine as the leads. And then there's other people, of course, to fill in the cast. But Mark Feuerstein, it's spelled Feuer Stein. So, yeah. He plays Rose's husband. And Rose is Tony Collette. The other one, Cameron Diaz, plays Maggie May. Alright. So basically, I've watched it at least 5 times over the years. Now I see it as a study in women behavior and relationship to each other and a study in relationships also. All right. For a small soap tie, Richard Burgi, Burgi, plays a lawyer who has an interest in Rose for a night, maybe two. And then he starts liking her sister. So they end up sleeping together when Rose is not there. And Rose catches them in bed and swiftly throws her sister out. But it wasn't just that. Her sister had, you know, um, gotten tickets on her car, gotten parking tickets, and gotten her car to have a boot on it, and all this other stuff. And so they both couldn't take it anymore, so she threw her out. Did she feel bad about it? Yeah. But at a certain point, you have to set your limit and say no more. Um, the way Shirley MacLaine gets involved is because she's their grandmother, both of their grandmother, and it's also related to their mother, which isn't played by anybody because the mother died by suicide, but it wasn't. She used a car and had a car accident and hit a tree. Um, but this is told in the story in the history of them because Maggie May was 6 and Tony Collette Rose was a little bit older than her. Um, which, okay, interesting fact. I looked it up last night, and Tony Collette and Cameron Diaz are about the same age. I'm not kidding. Um, they're both born in the same year, a couple months apart. But I think that Toni Collette plays older because she plays every character she plays is like educated, and then Cameron Diaz has the fun role all the time. But then on this one, they used to kind of say she's a little bit like not as smart as her sister, so she falls for things. And apparently, you're supposed to believe that she didn't get through high school and that she goes through odd jobs like that. Um, I don't know. I looked into the history also, trying to see if either one of them had gone to a college. I didn't find any information. Although I don't know if it was for character's sake or whatever, but Tony Collette wears a Princeton T-shirt or sweatshirt, so I don't know. Um, all right. So what happens is, see, I think the main overarching point in all this for me is that, well, two things. Every sibling, whether you're raised in a family with siblings, everybody comes out a little different and with different memories. So there's that. But then also, kind of overarching that, is that everybody has different strengths than everyone else. So you could say that Rose is very scholarly or like scholastically educated, whereas Maggie May is more people socially intelligent about she can get to know people. She may not be able to read people as quickly as Rose, but then also she's not as discerning right off the bat. So, which can be a double-edged sword. But Maggie May is able to meet her grandmother and basically, okay, she comes into Florida with the intent of getting money from her grandmother. But over the movie, she becomes very close with retired, the retirement community. She becomes really tight. So when Rose comes to visit, she knows everybody. So she's the one introducing people to her. And I think it's also a lesson in no matter what you have or you don't have, you can relate to anybody if you try hard enough. Or if your mind is open and you try, you can relate to anybody. Yeah. So that's why I take from the movie. Um, I don't know. I think about a lot of things and I think pretty deep anyway. But also I try to like back away from that. Although it's sometimes it's hard and I literally have to shut off the part of my brain that analyzes things because I've always been an analyzer anyway. And then I went to school, college, and they taught you classes how to analyze every format. So they said, okay, analyze this book. And then I had a class where you would have to analyze movies and basically read movies. So basically study them scene by scene and go, okay, what's going on here and what do you think it means and how does it relate to everybody else? So now I can analyze anything if I really want to. But like I said, for the most part, I shut off that part of my brain as much as I can, and I just enjoy movies. And I basically have to say to myself before I watch anything, okay, you're not trying to analyze this, you're just trying to enjoy it. So that's what I do. Um, all right, that's my bit for Sunday. I may or may not come back with something because the Yankees are playing, but I can't watch them because they're not in my area today and they're not being broadcast anywhere. So, but I'll try to give you guys an up to date score later on. All right. Thanks for the support.